All right, legends, we are live. Let me know if you can hear me, if you can see me. Let's go. We got a good one here because Bitcoin right now is hitting that major resistance that we were talking about yesterday, guys. Make sure to absolutely destroy the like button on your way in, because is the low in for Bitcoin? Are we just going to create a new lower high right now and we're going to come crumbling down to 76,000 and even to lower levels? Yesterday, we mentioned the possibility of coming up here to this $84,000 range. We didn't quite hit $84,000. We were looking for a three-wave move to the upside that played out pretty nicely. Now, the question is this the high? Yesterday, we were talking about this scenario, how there is very high probability in getting a leg here to the upside, analyzing the movement to the upside that we had throughout yesterday. So we can see that we formed that higher low at $79,000 and we attempted to hit $84,000. So we did squeeze up here. We did form a kind of a five-wave structure, and that's what I want to talk about in today's live stream. Okay, let's just zoom out and talk about the different possibilities, because yeah, we are still leaning on the side that, hey, we're probably going to form a fourth wave right over here. This has been explained throughout the previous streams, and get one more leg to the downside to test $76,000. Could this be the case? Or is the low in here locally and we are going to see some upside momentum in the next coming days? Is this a double 1-2 pattern? And this is looking very bullish and we're going to go to much higher levels. Is this a double 1-2? Right over here, I got some very good low time frame scenarios and where we could find some local trading setups, guys. So make sure to stay tuned. Is this a double 1-2? We're going to shoot up here in a third wave. Or is the ABC finished right over here? We're just going to form a lower high because we're forming a zigzag, very classic for a B wave, right? This is a crucial pivot zone where the price could form a lower high, let's be honest, right? And start rolling down. So the bears need to defend this level. Now, there is another bearish case, of course, even though we do get to the upside, which I want to explain throughout this live stream as well. There is a possibility still that we do form one more high. Okay, we attempt to break $84,000. That is the most important level, okay, that we are looking at to form that fourth wave and finally get the rejection at the 50% Fibonacci that was slightly front run by a few dollars with that move that we had early this morning, right? 50% Fibonacci, it's our only level here that we do have left for this fourth wave. Get one more wick to the upside and then start rolling here to the downside. Now, this scenario is very interesting because, you know, it's just very, very complex. Not many people will be talking about this scenario, but it's very much possible. And I want to explain it throughout this stream. I need your full attention here, guys, because yeah, maybe the top is in right now and we are going to be forming a lower high. We did move up yesterday with a five-wave move, okay? You can count this as a five-wave move up. I'm just a little bit concerned on forming a breakout here on the way that the price moved up here to create this high. Very similar from the one that we formed right over here. We formed a three-wave structure to the upside on the lower time frame, and I don't like it too much. This is why I'm a little bit aware of the price actually spiking up here above $84,000 with a breakout or a rejection, right? This would be an epic short position with good risk management. This is more of a swing trade setup because it could take several days to roll down to $76,000. So yeah, we do have many different scenarios. Yesterday, the highest probability scenario was this one right over here. We were looking for a five-wave move to the upside to attempt to hit round about $84,000. We don't know if we're going to hit $84,000 or 83.7 or 83.8, right? We're looking for a five-wave move up. We have a possibility of a completion of an ABC, right? This was the scenario, the projection, the highest probability movement that could have happened. And we talked about it yesterday, right? Anybody that's saying this is a bunch of BS, well, you can see how that price did get the resistance. We formed 5 waves to the upside, and we did get a pretty decent pullback of several $1,000s throughout early this morning. So now the question in my mind, in your mind, right? What is next, right? Is the top in? As you can see, I have several scenarios that I want to explain, possible movements that could happen for Bitcoin. I mean, this would be absolutely insane if this were to be a double 1-2. Basically, you form the 5 waves, the 3-wave corrective structure, the 5-wave up, and the correction right over here. And this is a double 1-2, and you're going to blast off in a 3rd wave. This is why, despite that we are leaning bearish and we are leaning on the high probability of forming a lower high, either being this one or maybe one more wick to the upside to create that swing failure pattern from last Monday's highs and then start rolling down, well, we want to be a little bit cautious. There is definitely a chance that we could either swing failure pattern or break out to the upside here, guys, all right? And there is one main reason why that this could happen. Another claim of the highs, or even a breakout in a 3rd wave, as you do have a double 1-2 here, very possibly. Why is that? Well, what is very disturbing for me, okay, here, guys, and let me know if you can hear me, if you can see me, guys. Let me just put the volume up. There we go. We are live, legends. Yes, we are. We are live. That like button is going absolutely crazy. What is disturbing, okay? And this is why the next movement is always the most important move. This one right over here, we moved in a 3-wave structure, okay? When we do take a look at the price action that we were speculating yesterday to form that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which we did, we double topped. There is a 5-wave move here. It's very tricky at this moment because from this 3-wave corrective structure that we formed to then form this high right over here, we had this movement right there. You can see that this movement to the upside was a 3-wave move. That is a problem to predict that this is the top. And by the looks of things, the price of Bitcoin is pumping right now. And it has to do with this movement right over here. Okay, this is what breaks the map. Okay, this is what breaks the map right over here. Why does this break the map? Because it's a 3-wave move up. It's just like this 3-wave move to the upside that we had here, as you can see, and we're getting inflation data out right now. This is why we're getting a bit of volatility, guys. Inflation data is coming out right now lower than expected. My goodness, inflation 2.8. Markets are getting a bullish reaction based on this news, and the bears to defend this level. There we go, guys. My goodness, this is a quick one. We're getting some bullish momentum. We are above the highs. We are above the highs right there. You got an inverted head and shoulder for all of those pattern traders. Inverted head and shoulder. We are sticking above this level, guys. Let me just double check here. With Fibonacci, there we go. This could be a double 1-2, and we're breaking out with the news. We got inflation lower than expected. We got stock market potentially getting also a pretty decent bounce, a pretty nice little pump as inflation looks like it's under control, guys. 2.8%. That is 0.1% less than expected, and the markets are getting a bullish reaction. Woof. Just on the news, guys, this is going to be a difficult decision, even though we do reject. This is going to be very, very difficult to speculate that this has been this scenario right over here. I got this scenario. This is going to be the fight right now for either this scenario. Very, very dangerous, in my opinion, to sniper a short at the moment as we are above the highs. We almost did hit the low right over here. I mean, this would be a very, very small position, guys. Very, very small position. I would rather wait for the rejection just because the news has just kicked in and the news is bullish. Inflation slightly lower than expected. We are above the 50% Fibonacci from this speculative wave 4. So as this news kicks off, it is, you know, a little bit risky here to get into the short position. Okay, we do have this scenario, which is very, very possible. However, what I am aware of is the multiple 1-2 setup, okay, which is this one right over here, right? We've got a double 1-2, and we're going to break out in a third wave right now. We are literally breaking out throughout the highs, but we also have this scenario, which is the ABC. You formed an expanding move, which does make sense because what you're looking at here is an expanding flat. So you have a 1, 2, 3. Because of this 3-wave move to the upside, you formed an expanding move, as you can see. And this is one of the scenarios that could peak out here in your C wave. Very aggressive, short in my opinion. I would rather wait for a clear sign of weakness. And what would be a sign of weakness here, just to keep it clear, guys, would be a rejection in a 5-wave move down. And then obviously I'm interested in getting into the bounce, okay? And then look for the waterfall. This is becoming a very, very risky short position just because we do have the news, which is bullish. We've had a bullish reaction on the news. As long as we stay below the golden pocket from that speculative, okay, 4 waves, anybody that wants to sniper, any brave guys that want to sniper a short position on this pump, believing that we are going to swing failure pattern from these highs, I mean, it is the moment. This is a little bit too aggressive just because it's been on the news. I mean, I was in some long positions, already taking profits here at the highs. But the short position is looking a little bit risky. I do not like to trade when we have news exactly at a level when I'm interested in the possible level for a rejection, right? Especially if the news is bullish. Okay, but it could be the possible top. We formed this ABC movement, right? This is one scenario that could happen, and this is actually going to be the highs. When we have news events, just as we're testing a crucial pivot on the news, guys, it is very, very difficult. I prefer to stay away on trading when we have the news if we are hitting a crucial level for a possible rejection. And we also have a bullish case scenario, which is this multiple 1-2 setup. And this is forming a third wave right now. Okay, there is danger in this short right now. This is a complicated short trade, I have to say. You know, if it rejects from here, I'll have to say I'll have to join the short later on, guys. I'll have to short later on a confirmation of a rejection, realizing that this wave has finished. And a clear level of invalidation, all right, of the bulls would be claiming this low over here. So I need the price to come all the way down here and then wait for the bounce for me to enter a short position, okay, as we do hit this level with bullish news, which really gives you the possibility of forming a double 1-2 setup right over here. Okay, just need to be aware it is a difficult moment right now. For anybody that is looking at simple terms, then, you know, inverted head and shoulder, right? We formed an inverted head and shoulder. We are breaking the neckline. This is bullish. Take your Elliott wave theory up your ass, and this is just an inverted head and shoulder, and we're going to absolutely moon from here, right? So yeah, you could arguably discuss, you know, anybody, any breakout traders, right? They would be entering some long positions here, which is, you know, a classic level for a fake out as well. Okay, so just keeping it simple. We've had the news. Inflation is lower than expected. You know, if we do get the rejection, there'll be much clearer short positions later on. I'm just going to make sure that the profits have been taken on that long position. This is a long position that was held from yesterday, just compounded into the long position, and was interested in short trades as well. But with the news coming in, we're just breaking out. I mean, this is the level that I would want to speculate on a short, guys. But I'm going to remain patient. Going to remain patient because the news is bullish. And there is a possibility that the low could be in. Anybody that wants to catch the highs to get into a short, for me, it's not worth it, guys. It's really not worth it. I would rather wait for a sign of weakness, get a clear impulsive move down, claim this low, and get into the bounce. That is going to be a high probability, short trading setup. Wait for the rejection. Okay. Yeah, this is interesting. There is a possible count that the low is in. Okay. There is a possible count, which I don't like at all, that the low could be in here in a 3-wave move down. Okay. There is a possible count. We can go through that on the higher time frame, but now we had to take a look at lower time frame and look at the possible scenarios, which are not easy, guys. They are not easy, as we are hitting a level of resistance where the price needs to reject for the bears to consider that we are still in the bearish momentum. Okay. It needs to reject at the 50% Fibonacci without hitting golden pocket. Anybody that wants to speculate on this trade, your stop loss is literally the golden pocket above the highs right over here, which is your wave 1 golden pocket, and you're targeting the lows, and this is going to be more of a swing trade. I'm not going to take the shot, guys. I am not going to take the shot. I'm going to remain patient to get the rejection. We got bullish news. We got the inverted head and shoulder reversal pattern. Not really, a pattern trader anymore. And it's a classic moment for a fake out, guys. This is a classic. You get the pattern traders jumping into a long position here on the breakout, and then it turns out to be a fake out, right? So bearish case scenario, it's going to be crystal clear, guys. If we claim, okay, if we do claim, it's not going to be that clear, guys. I'm sorry. It's not going to be that clear, actually, because there would be another bullish case, even though you claim this low, which is looking at an ABC flat. Yeah, let me just quickly go through the lower time frames here. Let me go through the comment section, because, yeah, anybody that has been longing throughout the last few days, this is a take profit zone, okay? And I'm out on my longs. I'm out almost completely from this long trade in the last 24 hours. Been compounding that long into this bullish structure. Didn't manage to get into the short here yesterday. I mean, this would have been the level that I would have shorted, but this was at 3 o'clock in the morning. Beautiful double top, a 5-wave move up. I mean, this would have been the short position as explained yesterday based on this structure, right? Yesterday we were saying, we could be moving up in a 5-wave, impulsive move to the upside to hit $84,000 range, 83.8, right? We don't really know the exact target zone. We just need a 5-wave move up, and that 5th wave is basically going to be your topping zone. And you're looking for the 5th wave to reject from the 3rd wave high, which is literally what happened right over here. Now, right, we did get that 5-wave move up to complete this speculative projection that we talked about yesterday. Not this one, sorry. But now this completely changes the game. And you realize the different scenarios, right? Because this scenario looks great, right? This scenario looks great. Yeah, we need to move up in a 5-wave move, right? Form that C wave as mentioned yesterday. But you need to be experienced with realizing that every single movement matters. Every single movement matters on the chart. And this changed. This scenario changed. And you had to be extremely defensive if you got into this double top scenario because of this latest move. this latest move, guys, and it's the same explanation. You do not want to finish a 5-wave move to the upside, a 5th wave with from the low on an ABC. You do not want to finish it with a 3-wave move up, because this could happen. Basically what's happening right now, you sweep up that high, okay? And this gives you different possibilities on the next price action. So yeah, literally the 5th wave gave you another option, okay? Gave you another option, which is this one right over here, which is very possible, right? This ended up being an AB, yeah, this was pretty clear yesterday to get that movement up. But now the picture has changed, where you have the first move to the upside, then the next one, the 3rd wave, and then you have this 3-wave move down, 3-wave move up, and then 5-wave here in a little bit of a contracting move, right? Not the most beautiful, but regardless, it's an ABC flat, ABC flat. We were looking for this movement up to get to the 84K zone, right? Same scenario. This movement to the upside to form your 5th wave was a 3-wave structure, and that completely changes what could happen next. And no longer this, this very, very difficult to say this is the top of the ABC. Now it could be this one. What you formed here is an expanding move. I had this ready, guys. We're getting rejection from exactly that high. So, if we do, this could be the high. This could be the high. You do have 1, 2, 3. The 4th wave was an expanding flat. And now, what is interesting about this movement, which I don't like one single bit, is that you have moved also in a 3-wave structure. Very, very interesting. Yeah, the bullish case is still very much valid. This bullish case is without a doubt a possibility. You are busy in a 3rd wave formation. So many different scenarios here to take into consideration, legends. Not easy at all. A local double top is going to be very interesting. Let me just double check here on the higher time frame. See if we have overlapped. Yeah, we have. We have hit this pivot low, which is also changing the game. There we go. We've tapped it. We've tapped the speculative wave 1 right there. Yeah, we've gone through it. I mean, it's been a resistance, support resistance flip right there. Just tap that level, quick rejection of $1,000. Very, very sniper short position. Very interesting scenario here, guys. Very, very interesting. So we got 2 setups here. We got 2 scenarios that could happen. Screw the inverted head and shoulder, guys. We don't take that into consideration. I mean, yeah, you could arguably discuss if the 1-1-2 setup is going to play out, then yeah, you would say, okay, inverted head and shoulder, let's keep it simple, right? We know that these patterns are highly unreliable. This is still one scenario to complete that wave 4 from the higher time frame. It is still very possible. I'm a little bit skeptical right now just because we have overlapped the movement down. If we're looking at this as a wave 1, 2, and 3, regardless, you would be rolling down from this area. Any brave short traders out there, they are jumping in onto the swing failure pattern, right? It is actually a shorting level. It is actually a shorting level. I am going to remain a little bit patient, guys, just because I understand the risk here. I understand the risk of the bullish case, and I would rather jump in on a short position later on. This is going to be a very, very interesting. Because, you know, the hard invalidation for me here, the hard invalidation would be, okay, if you claim this low, this no longer becomes a double 1-2, right? An impulsive move, correction, an impulsive move, correction. So if you claim this low, you would believe that the bullish case is invalidated. This no longer becomes a double 1-2. And what we're looking at is the correction, right? Which is this one right over here. ABC completed, the C wave, very complex, expanding move. And then we start rolling down. I mean, I think this, you know, if we do claim this low, it is the highest probability that the bounce will form a lower high. However, you could always consider the flat. And this is only because we have moved again in a three-wave structure. So yeah, moving up in a three-wave structure to claim a high is not bueno, is not good. Because it makes you, you know, you have the chance in forming an ABC flat. Here, claim the lows. It's a three-wave structure because you're forming a C wave. You bounce believing that you're going to form a lower high, and then you pop out. And, you know, this has been your double 1-2, 1-2 here, right? Your 1 right over here and your 2 right over here because you formed a flat. And why is a flat possible? Because you've moved up today in a three-wave structure for the moment. You know what would be a good short position? A double top here locally. Claim the highs one more time. And I would really consider this. Yeah, I would really consider a double top from this pivot. You may ask why. Well, what we are looking at here, there's going to be a bunch of shorters entering the market. That is without a doubt. Okay. There will be a bunch of shorters entering the market that could have this right. However, we moved up in a very three-wave move. And if we do consolidate and we manage in the next coming hours to test the highs, this becomes a very valid local double top. And the simple explanation is from yesterday as well, right? We're looking at a 5-wave move to the upside, and the good short position is the double top here, right? So if we do consolidate, this for me would be a good double top attempt if we do reject to enter a short. Just because we're looking for a 5-wave move up here, we've only moved in 3 waves. So let's see if we do get up there. Yeah, it's going to be looking interesting, guys. Make sure to destroy the like button on your way in, because the overall prediction from yesterday to get to the $84,000 range, right? From yesterday's consolidation, it did play out. It was the highest probability that we were going to squeeze up here to the $84,000 range. We were looking at the price to actually pump a few $1,000s, look for a 5-wave structure, which we did. But then the 5-wave structure, guys, this was the problem right there. The analysis becomes legit till you actually get a effed up move, right? Which was this one. The analysis becomes legit till you get an effed up move, right? Yesterday's speculation was this one right over here that so far played out really, really nicely. We're looking for a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then look for the correction, look for the price to roll over. Eventually your trigger, you're not shorting down here, legends. You're not shorting down here. If you shorted down here, then you're getting stopped out, you're getting wrecked. You need to take so many different things into consideration. If you do not short the double top on that 5th wave so you can be defensive with your stop loss, forget about shorting down here, right? And a lot of people that do not understand reading the charts, they will possibly blame, right? And say, hey, you talked about this potentially being the ABC move. things change very, very quickly. The map does change very, very quickly, but overall, we can see how we got up there. We did form 5 waves, but we you know, this changed the map. This movement right there changed the overall view on this scenario. So yeah, what can we say? What can we say? You know, it just did. It just did. And this is why it opens the window for this being a 1, 2, 3, and you create the flat in 4, and now you create the 5th wave. This is why a movement up right over here to create a double top is something that I would consider to complete a 5-wave move and to complete literally that movement here and an ABC with your C wave being expanding. If we smash out through the highs right over here at 84,500, which has been the recent peak, what we're looking at is the possibility of a double 1-2 scenario. And I know, guys, this is gonna go. You're gonna go absolutely crazy with all of this, but overall, a double 1-2 here, and we smash out. Low probability, but possible. Okay. Low probability, but overall possible. Anybody that has been getting into long positions the last couple of days on this movement, on this uptrend that we've had, I would really consider to get out, right? To get, you know, literally take profits, right? You can leave a little small position, but for the bullish case, right? But overall, as you're rejecting from this point, we do have the bearish case scenario, right? We do have this possible scenario right over here. It's a take profit zone if you have been longing. You can leave some open, be defensive, just in case we get the extra squeeze. But yeah, overall, it's going to be looking very, very interesting if we do get that correction. I think I'm going to remain a little bit patient, guys. I need to see a little bit of an aggressive move down in a 5-wave and consider a 3-wave corrective structure here. This is the zone that I would be interested in getting into a short position right now, or a double top, a local double top, and that would be actually catching the possible high. If you break through, so be it. If you double top, sniper short, stop loss, you move down, you start being defensive. Because what is a very possible scenario is this movement right over here. Very, very possible. So that's what I'm going to be speculating on here, legends. Let's go through the comment section. Say hello to the beautiful community. Are you feeling bullish right now, or are you bearish? This has been bullish news, actually. Inflation a little bit lower than expected, 2.8%. 2.8% here. Inflation rate 2.9 was the forecast, so it is lower, slightly lower than expected. And the markets are getting a bullish reaction. Please move your image. Let me know right away where you want me to move the image, guys. Right over here, right over there. I don't know where to put myself. We'll go to the top right. Let's go through the comment section, then we'll go through some different scenarios. Okay, let's say hello. David Cooper, I have the same view as Andy. There is a million of possibilities. Yes, my man. There is a million of possibility. Alex, my guy. Who we have here? Oh, we do have 𝗖𝗿𝘆𝗽𝗽, guys. Make sure to shout out to all of these legends. We got 𝗖𝗿𝗆𝗽𝗽, guys. If you don't know who 𝗖𝗿𝗆𝗽𝗽 is, go and follow him right away. Epic content, great show, the same as Jason Casper. You will be wrecked, Jason. Jason thinks that the low is in, possibly. Is the low in, Jason Casper? Let me know in the comment section, my man. Whew. Bullish news. Inflation is lower than expected. We have nothing on the chart here, guys. Nothing. Clean chart. Why could the low be in, right? Could the low be in here? I do not think so. I do not think so. As soon as we start breaking the 50% Fibonacci, the golden pocket from this pivot high to the pivot low, right? If we tap the golden pocket, it will be looking pretty damn bullish. Why, you may ask? Because you're invalidating here the bearish impulsive move to the downside. So once we hit that level, eventually we're expecting some kind of correction, but it will be invalidating here the possible fourth wave, and we possibly have a finished downtrend structure locally, only locally here, guys. Let's take a look here at why the the low could be in. We're still leaning on this side, guys, okay? But let's talk about, hey, why would the low be in, right? Why do you think that the low would be in? If we start pumping from here, what is the reason why the low would be in, right? If we start hitting 87, 88K and we start breaking out here, which will be looking pretty damn good for a reversal, I would have to speculate that we finished the correction here. I would have to come up to this conclusion. There are several ways in counting this, okay? You could arguably discuss that your X is right over here from the higher time frame, and your W is right over here. It is also possible. There are many, many different ways in counting this very choppy momentum, but you're literally looking at this as a possible zigzag move down. You got a bit of a triangle here in X, and then you have the zigzag down right over here, and you have a double zigzag right there. So it is possible. It's very choppy. It's there's several ways in counting this, but you would have to come to the conclusion that this three-wave movement, right, because it's just another three-wave move to the downside, has been completed. I don't think so. I don't think so. I wouldn't believe that the low is in here, but there is a way in looking at this finished movement down. We're still leaning. As long as we do not hit the golden pocket from this possible wave 2 to the pivot low, this is still bearish. Okay? Once we break above $86,000, it's going to change the story here. It's going to change the possible story, and the pullback will be looking very interesting. This would be a sign of strength if we do get above $86,000 in the next coming hours. And I would start thinking that the low could be in, depending on how we reject from here, right? We're going to be analyzing many different scenarios. But overall, this is what we got. The possibility of a double 1-2 here is looking scary. It is looking scary. The double 1-2 setup here, which is literally, what you're looking for, is a massive third wave breakout throughout the next coming hours, throughout today. So yeah, let's see how this does develop. We're going to be zooming in on the lower time frames. This is going to be looking pretty interesting. You got a possible quick scalp short position here on this test of the highs. This is a classic double top scenario right over here, wick above the level, and you have possibly a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then you get a correction. It might have been a completion of the third wave, so you might get one more pop, right? And then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's going to be very, very interesting. Shorters getting wrecked for the moment. Let's see how we do test this high, guys, because the only bearish scenario that comes to my mind is this one right there. It's the only way to count this as an ABC movement. We are getting resistance eventually at this zone because you're basically hitting the 50% Fibonacci on your speculative fourth wave right there. Are you feeling bullish or are you bearish? Let me know right away in the comment section, legends. Let's go and ask this to the community. What is your current sentiment on Bitcoin? Let me know right away, legends. How are you feeling? Super bullish? Bearish? It is going to top out down. Let me know, guys, what do you think about this current move? We do have inflation being lower than expected, and this has had a little bit of a bullish reaction throughout the markets. We do have the S&P 500 getting a little bit of a wick, not much, getting a bit of pumpy action, nothing too serious. Inflation is lower, guys. It's looking pretty good. What are you feeling, guys? Let me know right away your sentiment. Are you feeling bullish? It's going to top out. We go down. Bullish short term. What do you think, guys? Woo, lot of different. Super bullish, bullish short term. Super bullish, 29%. Bullish short term, 38%. Looking for a reversal at some point. It's going to top out. Then we go down. Let me know, guys, what do you think? Remember, if you are interested in trading, guys, Bitcoin, I'm trading on Weeks for the moment. Weeks works absolutely phenomenal. Did catch up some longs. I missed out on the short, which I would have got into the short, to be honest, right over here. But this happened at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, my time. Obviously, I was sleeping, guys, but it would have been an interesting short to get in and just compounded on this long from yesterday and taken most of the profits already, as we are getting this volatility at the level of interest for a short position. Guys, remember, you do get a crazy bonus. You get 50% deposit bonus. $2,000 if you deposit, you get $1,000. It's the cap, okay? Take advantage of this bonus that is going on Weeks. I will explain what you need to do. You need to deposit, transfer that deposit to your futures account, and wait 48 to 72 hours. Then you're getting 50%. It's a cap of $1,000, okay? You won't get more than $1,000 deposit. You also get 25% fee reduction, guys, with the second link down below in the description. I am going to wait for the short, okay? I'm not confident right now on this based on the double 1-2 setup, okay? I'm not confident, guys. This is it's a tricky level. I am aware of the bullish case. I might attempt a local double top, just of what I explained here. You moved in a 3-wave move. If we do correct in the next coming minutes, right, give or take 15, 30 minutes, and we pop out to the high, what I'm looking at is a possible short because of a 5-wave structure, okay? Double top scenario, and then get the pullback. I've got my stop loss at the high. I'm defensive on the movement down. This could be the top. We have many reasons to believe it could be the top based on this scenario, which is right over here. Very, very possible. Let's see if we do get that one more wave to complete that C wave. And it's one that we speculate. Of course, what is the very bullish case scenario? Well, literally the very bullish case scenario is that you're forming a triple 1-2. We don't lean on that scenario too much. Okay, a triple 1-2 will be the most extreme bullish case, right? Where you do get the rejection from here, but you just form a higher low at the golden pocket 7-8, and then bang. And then it's 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. Bull market is back, right? We don't think that that scenario is going to happen, okay, for the moment. So I would speculate on a double top. Double top locally is going to be my next trading setup. And it's simple. The explanation is simple. I will give a shot on a double top scenario. Why? Because what I'm looking at here is a possibility of a 5-wave move, and then we correct. Okay. Let's see, legends, what's going on? Will we continue pumping, or is this the high? Losing this low, we have this is not going to be easy, guys. I wish it would be easy, but overall, I would say that this would be an invalidation pivot for that double 1-2 setup, where you're forming 1-2, 1-2, and then if you claim this low, that's going to be a high probability that the bounce, whatever bounce, is going to form a lower high, right? We're looking for a 3-wave structure, start hitting some major resistance levels, such as previous state point of control or whatever we have on the chart as confluence. We're looking at 50% Fibonacci to the 7/8 Fibonacci from the high to the low with a 3-wave structure, bearish CVD divergence. That's what we want to see as well. And then eventually we're looking for the big drop. We want to be in this wave. We want to be in this wave right over here. But yeah, it will not be that easy in my opinion, because there is an ever slight chance that if we roll down from here right now, there is a problem with this move, just like the problem happened with this move right over here. You're like, hey, dude, why didn't this end up being the ABC that you were talking about yesterday? Which, you know, when you look at it, it looks pretty damn awesome, right? Yeah, we did form 5 waves. We did peak out here, as you were talking about yesterday. So, I mean, that move worked out pretty nicely. We did almost hit $84,000. We moved in a 5-wave structure. We did correct a few $1,000s, but it was not the top. It was not the top. Why? Because of the 5th wave. This is, you know, we moved in a 3-wave move up. That is not good. You know, this gives you other possibilities, like this one that I mentioned, which is the 1-1-2. You're in the 3rd wave formation. It gives you the possibility also of this C wave expanding flat. Expanded flat right over here, expanded flat right over here. And of course, you're moving to the upside. So I want to come to the conclusion on why this is not a hard invalidation for the bulls if we roll down, especially if we do not claim this high. If we roll down from here without claiming $84,500 and we roll down here, okay, to sweep up the lows of today at 81,200, there is still a bullish chance, you believe it or not, there is still a chance that this could be a liquidity grab and you move up. And it's the same reason as this movement to the upside claiming the highs, and this same movement right over here claiming the highs as well. They moved in a 3-wave move to the upside, a 3-wave move on the lower time frames here. We can't see it right now with all of the volatility. And this move has moved in 3 waves still, okay? We might claim the highs. And this is, you know, this is the thing right now. If we claim the highs, then we're good. If we claim the highs and I'm looking for a double top, then I have a completed 5-wave to the upside. That we're looking epic. Then we can roll down nicely, you know, no stress. But if we roll down from here, this is a problem for the bears. The fact that we've moved up in a 3-wave structure here, it's a problem if we do move down in very impulsively. You know, there could be a speculative long position here without a doubt. SFP. And that's looking at this as a possible ABC flat. I mean, I need to give it a possibility just because we moved up in a 3-wave structure, right? The moment that everybody's bearish, we get down. This is it. We roll down and then we get a boom, another high right there. And everybody's like, what the hell's going on, right? When are we going to roll down? And it just ends up being a multiple 1-2 setup. That is only if we do reject from here. If we reject from here right now, I don't like this 3-wave move up. I don't like it. So yeah, the correction could happen with no doubt. But this is a big problem. If we moved up here in a 3-wave structure, it's a big problem. Just like here, it's a problem. You roll down, yes, but then you come back up. Same as yesterday. The main reason that I longed yesterday at this range was because of the expanding flat. So yeah, let's see. For the moment, we are swing failure pattern. We are forming that swing failure pattern. I'm going to remain patient, guys. It's all about remaining patient because I don't like this move. It seems unfinished. It seems like an unfinished move. You know, like I said, you know, it's all about, it's all in the waves. It's all in the waves. If we roll down from here, then so be it. I have to say it's a missed short position. But I would remain patient, understanding that this is very three wavy. And you know, I ain't getting into a short right now. I can't with a three wave move up. It's like shorting here. I can't short here because I'm waiting for a 5-wave move up to complete this movement. Here, I'm shorting. Yeah, I'll short here and put stop loss here. Then yes. But shorting here is like shorting right over here. People shorting here on this speculative roll over, and then they get stopped out. So, I mean, I think a similar situation could happen here, right? People are interested in the swing failure pattern, you know, no doubt. Me, myself also. I'm interested in this trade, but not yet. And this is the difference, right? From, you know, the people that really understand and remain patient to take action on that trade. So without a doubt, this would be the you know, the best scenario. Wait for one more leg up. That's what I'm going to do. You can do whatever you want eventually. But that would be the moment that I would be speculating on a double top. And it's literally waiting for something like this. Why? Because we moved. This is a 3-wave move up. This is a 3-wave move up. I don't want to short here. I want to short this one. Same scenario. I don't want to short this one. I want to short the 5th one. So, gonna have to wait here. The most bullish case scenario is that we snap out of this zone and there's no swing failure pattern, right? We just break out. We just move up. Then there's no short to be taken, right? Seems pretty simple. So, you know, the thing to wait for the next movement is extremely important in trading. Wait for the next movement, right? I can tell you already, lots of people are going to be shorting right now. Lots of people are going to be shorting right now. This is an epic short. We have been talking about this short throughout the last few days. But what is different? What is different now? Hey, we're hitting the level. Why aren't you shorting? It's this. It's this right over here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I want a 4 and a 5. I want a 4 and a 5. Boom. I short here. I short the local double top. That's where I'm shorting. And of course, this is a moment where people are going to get panic. They're going to get stopped out. They just... It happens, guys, a lot. So I'm going to remain a little bit patient. If we break out from the local highs, then so be it. If we do reject from here and I missed out the short, so be it. It's just not the right moment for me at the moment. Just realizing what could happen. The rejection from this high is a high probability short that I would get into, which might happen on stream. We might happen on stream. There is a problem, as mentioned here, if we do reject as well for the bears, because how many people were bearish today based on this scenario that was looking so good? It was looking so good. This was good. This looks so good, guys. We're looking for a corrective move up, form a 5-wave. As we're leaning right throughout the next coming hours, when we finish yesterday's stream, we moved in a 5-wave move up. Yeah, we got that. But there was a problem. There was a big problem right over here. 3-wave move up in your 5-wave. It's not good. You need to start considering other scenarios if you move up in a 3-wave structure in a 5th wave. Because very likely it is not the end. And you know, that's why you come up with the different scenarios. So let's see. I'd have to say this would be a missed short position if we start rolling down. I'm going to stay on the sidelines for the moment and see the different possibilities. So yeah, a double top would be ideal here. A double top would be ideal. Anybody in some short positions right now based on the swing failure pattern from this high? Anybody has got in onto some shorts? Like I said, I'm in no shorts at the moment. I'm going to remain a little bit patient. I need a little bit of more data. I need a little bit of more price action. It will be looking interesting if we move down to this low. My goodness, this would be so difficult. You know, I'm going to keep it clear on if we do roll down, right, and we claim this low in the next coming hours, which is definitely a possibility, right? I do see that happening. It's going to be very difficult considering the possibility of an ABC flat here again. That would be horrendous. But ultimately, I would be interested in the shorts, right? If we break down here in a 5-wave move, we claim this low. The bounce is going to tell me everything on taking the decision here, right? And bearish CVD divergence, it doesn't matter, guys. For me anyway, you know, it doesn't really matter. This is the zone that I would be interested in. 50% to the 7/8 Fibonacci. Analyzing very carefully that bounce. I mean, and you might think, who has time to do that? You know, trading successfully is very consuming, I have to say. It is very consuming to understand, you know, the different, you know, you need to wait for the planets to align to get into good trading setups, right? It's not always easy, right? There is a main reason why most do lose, because you just need to wait for the perfect setup, right? Well, there's no perfect setup ever, but just wait for the best higher probability scenario. So, yeah, there's two, obviously long positions I'm not too interested at the moment. If you're not in a long already and holding some longs from lower and taking profit eventually, you know, not interested in long in here at the resistance. You know, I'm interested in the short. I'm interested in the short. We're still leaning on this setup, right? We're still leaning on, hey, this is still rolling down, lower highs. This movement, very choppy. Very, very choppy. Not looking too impulsive. Doesn't look promising. I'm interested in the shorts. And where I would take a short position, guys, is literally what I explained. I'm interested in the double top. I'm interested in the local double top. Why? I don't like this 3-wave move. I don't like it. For this to be the high and start breaking down. So it would be very interesting to see this, and then I would be interested in short and attempting a short position here on a double top. Okay, there's a high probability setup. The risk management is absolutely golden. If we do roll down from here very aggressively, then I will have to wait for the bounce. I will have to wait for the bounce. If we move down very aggressively here, boom, right? We form a 3rd wave, we form a 5th wave. I'll have to wait for the bounce and study the bounce, okay? Because there is that risk of an ABC flat and we move up here. And the main reason there is that risk is because of this 3-wave structure. So it's going to be very messy and very complex to get into the different positions, right? You can just, you know, be a kamikaze and say, I'm shorting here, guys. You know, this is a double top right there, and it's going to roll down, right? This is it, right? This was the bounce that we were waiting for. We needed a little bit of bullish news, right? Sell the news, they say, right? Well, the inflation has been, you know, has been good, right? It's slightly lower than expected. Perfect. Bullish news, sell the damn news, right? It's just a perfect event. So, yeah, that's a possible reason here, and there is that resistance. Yeah, the breakout traders are going to be a little bit shaky, right? For me, this would be no zone of interest to get into long positions, and it all has to do with the risk management, right? Imagine the people that are looking at this as an inverted head and shoulder, right? I guess your stop loss would have to be beneath the neckline, right? Give or take. Well, we're already beneath the neckline if you do put this properly, right? It really depends if you're looking for a swing trade. Inverted head and shoulder pattern traders will potentially be in the long here. And I don't know, maybe stop loss beneath the right shoulder. Maybe beneath this zone. I don't know. He would arguably discuss beneath the support level. I mean, when I used to kind of trade these kind of patterns, it would have to be round about below the support, right? I don't know. There's just no very, very solid way of trading this. And there you have it, right? You're kind of breaking out. Now you're coming back down. So you can see it on the pattern itself that this is not too reliable. It's not too reliable. Best scenario, simple, easy, peasy, good risk management. We claim the highs one more time after this, dip that we're having. Preferably we do not overlap this pivot. If we bounce from here, I am looking for a double top. That's where I'm going to short. If we reject from the highs. So I'm going to remain patient. If we move down, I have to say I missed the short position. I missed the short yesterday. Well, today, early this morning. I would have jumped into this short position rejection. But I missed it. It was too early. And I would be analyzing very carefully, like I mentioned. Boom, 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 boom. The bounce. That's going to be already a sign of weakness, in my opinion. Short-term sign of weakness. There is that danger of a flat. And this becomes 1, 2, 1, 2. You formed a flat structure right over here. I don't think it would be the highest probability, but overall something to consider because we moved up in a 3-wave. This is bad news, guys. If you move up to claim the high in a 3-wave move, we have multiple examples. We got this one. We got this one. If you move up in a 3-wave structure to claim the highs, you are coming back to claim that high at some point. So yeah, just a little tip right there. You want to hit a local high in a 5-wave move, then yeah, you can be more confident to short. So yeah, that's basically it, guys. For the short trade, I'll have to wait for the movement down, claim the lows, get some weakness. I'm looking at the bounce. The bounce needs to be a 3-wave structure, form bearish CVD divergence from this pivot high of today, and look at the 50% to the 7/8 Fibonacci. If we're heading to the 6/18 Fibonacci, right, with a 3-wave structure already, that's where I'm considering to take that short position to roll over, right? I want to be in the 3rd wave, the most explosive wave. That's where I want to be in. And preferably, I wait for the sign of weakness. Or look for the 5th wave, which, for the moment, still could happen. Looking for the 5th wave is the, it's the bomb diggity short position, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, speculative 5th wave right there. Of course, this is a 3-wave move up. You always need to be defensive and consider that this may be not the high, as it hasn't been, right? So if you move up in a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, that's where I want to get into the short, because I realize that this could be an ending structure. So it's either double top or sign of weakness. I'm looking for the bounce. Is there a possible long if we sweep up this low? There is that speculative ABC flat to literally have a double 1, 2. I wouldn't give this high probability at all. You're looking at a wave 1, wave 2. You would count this as a wave 1 eventually, another second wave 1, and then you have this, and this for your second wave 2, right? You know, no, I would only consider it. It's not. There's no easy long. You know, this would be dangerous to long without a doubt. It's a dangerous long position, sweeping up this low. Yeah, I wouldn't be too interested on longing, guys, on a pullback here, right? Considering the overall higher time frame trend. It would be a complete sign of weakness. Yeah, I'm just not going to consider this scenario, guys, without a doubt. Not even considering it. It would be a complete sign of weakness when you do consider the previous day value levels, depending on, you know, what exchange you're looking at here. Yeah, we got a beautiful bounce on previous day point of control where we had the highest volume early this morning. Devil was talking about a long position here in the Legends trading community. Looking at this zone, we ever so slightly front run the point of control. But yeah, this would be a problem. I'm really not gonna consider any longs here. If we start breaking down today's lows, not only you're getting back inside previous day value levels, you'll be breaking previous day point of control. And yeah, I would really lean on the bearish case, which is eventually on the higher time frame. We're looking at this being a correction, and we're looking at one more low at least, right? Well, we're looking at to test the lows. Where we go to lower levels or not, then we'll have to check it. But looking for shorts after the loss of this low is going to be looking very interesting. After the hit of this low, I'm not sure if we will manage to bounce, because this is a kind of a waterfall event. If you lose the point of control from yesterday, you're probably coming down very fast to the previous day value area low. You know, this could be a pretty big dip. So there's only going to be a scenario here. If we do roll down very aggressively, I don't think we'll roll down like this in the next coming hours. But if it does roll down, it's going to stop at some point, and it will get a bounce at some point. That bounce is the bounce that I will be studying very carefully to get into the short, because regardless, it doesn't matter, right? If you want to be a top catcher, then there's risks. By catching top, you can manage risk obviously very, very well. Just decrease, lower your stop loss to close to entry, right? Manage risk. I explained why there is a possibility of claiming the high again. So I prefer the double top from current high. That would be epic, guys. We might get it. We might get it. And if it breaks through, then no short. If we double top, I'm getting into the short. So yeah, the best scenario is sign of weakness. Get the first big move down. The price needs to move in a 5-wave structure. So yeah, first sign of weakness, losing the lows, 5-wave impulse. Look for the bounce. That's where I'm shorting. There's only 2 short levels that I would enter. The bounce of the sign of weakness, right? We'll have to study that scenario, but it's literally 50% to 7-8 from the movement down. And I want to be in the 3rd wave or a possible double top. A possible double top would be the short that I would enter, purely based on this scenario, which is still very much valid. This one right over here, very dodgy and crappy ABC, I have to say, with the C wave being expanding. But yeah, we'd have to finish that 5-wave move up here if possible. Beautiful. Stop out all of those early shorters and then bang bang, and then you get the rejection, right? And This is a classic move where the movement happens fast, right? You kind of pump, boom, wick, bang, and then you get the pullback, and it's aggressive. You know, this usually is an aggressive move. You just claim the liquidity of the highs. I don't want to get people, you know, if you have your own strategy, then you use that strategy, but that's the strategy that I would use here. Yeah, this is very three wavy, and I would have to wait for another one. I need to wait for another wave up. It's against my rules here that I could enter a short position if we've moved up like this, regardless if we reject or not. It doesn't matter. I cannot enter a short. Because we've moved in a three-wave move. I need to remain patient. I need to wait. I need to wait. I need to wait. So yeah, coming up here. Oh, this is the golden ticket. This is the golden ticket. So let's see what happens. Of course, if we smash through the highs, there's no short to be taken, right? Simple, easy peasy. Let's see what happens throughout the next coming minutes. Smash up the like button. How many likes do we have, legends? Because absolutely flying. We're talking technical here. We're talking about, you know, because what would I do? What I am waiting for to enter the short. I am currently in no short positions, legends. I'm in no short positions. I like this level. It's just becoming tricky. I realize the double tops locally that could happen based on what I explained. I realize the breakout as well. I realize about the double 1-2. Boom, 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 bang. We form a third wave. Unlikely scenario, I have to say. But it's there. Depending on how we break out of the top here, depending on how we test the local highs, there's going to be a decision moment. So that's what I'm waiting for. Easy peasy. If we do reject, I'm analyzing the bounce. Claim this low, analyzing the bounce to then look for the short position. I am currently in no short position. I would have got into this short position yesterday, early this morning, based on the same, what I explained, guys. You know, this was explained yesterday. I want to move up here in a 5-wave structure, and I want to get into the 5th wave, rejecting from the 3rd wave. I didn't manage to get into this short position, but it would have been the one that I would have attempted without a doubt, right? This one right there. This is the double top that you want to get into. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom. You can be very defensive on this on this movement. So let's see how we're going to come up and claim that high, legends. It does look like we want to attempt it. You know, we've had a very nice corrective move throughout the last few minutes. We can see how we've moved here. This ain't looking too bearish. This is very, very corrective. This is a very, very corrective waves, guys. You know, it does look like we're going to test those highs by the looks of things here with the current price action. I mean, this would have been a long position right there, to be honest. Could have speculated a long position right here with this choppiness. A little bit choppy, but you do have a pretty decent zigzag right there. Muy interesante. Muy interesante. Yeah, currently in no short positions, legends. Just in longs, taking most of the profits from the long positions. Let's see where we at right now with this movement, because we're probably hitting that 50% Fibonacci from the pivot low here to the pivot high. Yeah, 50%. Yeah, this is the level that needs to hold. This is the level that needs to hold for that lower time frame 4th wave. We cannot hit the golden pocket because we would be overlapping the wave 1 right there. So this is where it needs to hold. Boom, 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 boom. Get one more leg up here. We reject. That is where I'm entering the short. I am currently in no short positions, legends. Just on a couple of longs from the last 24 hours and, you know, taking most of the profits on that, guys. Remember, if you are interested in trading weeks. Very, very good exchange, okay? You can sign up just with an email and a password. Anybody that doesn't really care about the bonuses and rest of it, you know, I know a lot of people don't want to use other exchanges based on giving personal information. Here you can sign up with an email and a password and start trading. You also can claim a great bonus, 50% deposit bonus, guys. You need to follow the steps, do a transfer to your futures account, all right? There is a cap of $1,000, remember. If you deposit 10K, you're not going to get 5K, okay? If you deposit 2K, you're getting 1K. And it takes 48 to 72 hours once you've done the transfer to your futures account inside of weeks. You also get 25% fee reduction on all of your trades, guys, when you sign up with a second link down below in the description. Take advantage, guys. Wix is great. I've been using it for the last few months. It works just great. Of course, Bybit for me is number one, but I'm just so aware that a lot of people could not trade on Bybit based on where you are and giving personal information. But Bybit is very good as well, guys. If you can trade on Bybit, I would say, go with Bybit. Let's see how we move down here. Oh, this is looking interesting. Muy interesante. Muy interesante. Yeah, this is a possible bouncing zone here for the bulls, huh? Stop loss beneath the golden pocket. This is a very, very good bouncing area. The bulls need to defend. And the take profit is the highs right there. There's a nice little scalp possible movement that could happen on Bitcoin right now as we speak, just to follow this momentum to the upside. I think there could be a little squeeze up here to test the highs. Little squeeze up to test the highs. It is the possible next movement here on the Bitcoin price. Let's go through the comment section and say hello to the beautiful community. What's going on? How many people we are here? 1,350 people watching the stream. The news was bullish. What is the S&P 500 doing? Just got that volatility, a little bit of a pump and dump. Trying to get the bullishness from the inflation. Inflation is under control, legends. Inflation down 0.1%, 2.8%. Absolutely epic. Very nice. Very nice. Core inflation 3.1 is equal. But it's, the market's had a little bit of a bullish reaction. Let's go right away through the comment section. Say hello to the beautiful community. What's going on? 84.7 1-to-1 of that ABC. Okay. Let's take a look at that. Let's take a look at that right away. 1-to-1 of that ABC. Very interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, local double top would be without a doubt the possible trigger short, right? Any top catches, right? And catching the top is dangerous, guys. Trying to catch tops, you know what happens, right? You can get wicked out with a double triple top. But 1-to-1 extension from this ABC, speculative ABC right there. Let's take a look at the pivot low to the pivot high to the pivot low. I like it. I like it. I like it very much. This looks legit. This does look legit. 1-to-1 extension. Ever so slightly above the highs that were created here. 84,500 to 84,700. 1-to-1 extension. Boom. Let's see. Muy bien. Only two scenarios here that look interesting. This one, you're looking for this to be the top or close to the top. Double top is what I'm looking at right now, legends. Let's see. I would want those highs to be tested. The wick high, test the wick high one more time. And if we reject, we are in. I am in, not we. I mean, I'm talking for me, but let's go. Oh, this is looking juicy right now. This is looking juicy to test that high, to complete that 5-wave move up. And very speculative scenario here. The most bullish one eventually being the 1-1-2, and we are in a third wave. And what you formed here is another 1-2-1-2, and boom, 3, 4, 5. Boom, you're completing your third wave here. 1-2-1-2, boom, 1-2-1-2 here, bam, 3, boom, boom, boom. And this turns out to be more bullish than we thought. More bullish than we thought, guys. Stay cautious, all of those people that are shorters. Have your levels ready, okay? Because this overall could have been the inverted head and shoulder, right? Imagine inverted head and shoulder, legends. The target zone, what is it? Head to the neckline, right? For any of those, it's all long here. And we're targeting 90K, right? What do you think about this? Inverted head and shoulder. What do you think about this? I mean, this would give you the, the reasoning of the 1-1-2, right? You're looking for an epic third wave here, right? If you form a 1-1-2, you break out in a third wave, then 4-5, 4-5. I would consider it, depending on how we break out from this high. This is the decision moment. This is the classic moment. Trading is all about decisions and realizing where you're wrong and where you're right and where you want to be in and where you do not want to be in. This is such a crucial zone for the rejection or the blast off. This is like the level. This is the level for continuation up or rejection. So local double top is what I am speculating on. Local double top is what I'm speculating on from that current high, guys. This is the level. I don't think there's no big major reasons to believe that we're going to smash out here, but that just comes out of nowhere, right? People will be like, nobody's buying Bitcoin. We're in a recession. It's bear market. How, we're not going to pump $7,000 in the next coming hours. I can tell you, we can be surprised, right? So, yeah, a 1-1-2 here is, would be kind of the scenario of the inverted head and shoulder. 1-1-2, you get into the third wave. But we're not leaning on that scenario, guys. We're not leaning that is the highest probability. We just know that it is possible. So short traders really need to manage risk in this zone. Okay? Because if the bulls do manage to break the high successfully, we could be pumping up several $1,000s. Okay? This would be a moment where the bears are so confident of this scenario. This is bearish still. We're going to top out very soon. We're close to topping out here. We've already overlapped this pivot, guys, which is already alarming for me. We've already overlapped this pivot 1. That's already a big alarm. I don't like it. I don't like it when we do overlap this, speculative wave 1. You do not want the wave 4 to overlap. So that is a problem. That is already... I'm not liking this too much. I'm not liking it too much. Then you need to start thinking of expanding moves and literally other scenarios than an impulse. So yeah, it's going to be interesting here how we test the highs. I can't short right now. It's against my rules to short a double top or a swing fader pattern when we moved up in a 3-wave structure. So I need that 5th wave. That's where I need the local double top. We're just gonna have to wait for that level. If that doesn't happen, then we'll get on the bounce on the sign of, I'll get on the bounce of the sign of weakness. Of course, you can do whatever you want, but That's how I trade, and I'm here to win. I'm here to win, not to speculate. It's the top. It's going to reject, right? Or I'm getting into an inverted head and shoulder structure. No, I need the waves. I need the internal waves to complete for me to jump in a trade. So yeah, let's go right away through the comment section. Are you shorting? Are you longing? Let me know in the comment section. 77k closed the CME gap. Why couldn't that be the bottom? Very possible. Yeah, I mean, it can be the bottom. It can be the bottom. There is a bullish count actually here. There is a bullish count that this has been, I mean, locally, this is for a local bottom. Huh? Very complex movement here. But what you would arguably discuss is that you have finished a three-wave move right over here. You could say that this is, there's so many different counts here, guys, but so many different counts. But you could arguably discuss this latest one has been a three-wave move down. You know, completing a large complex WXY. It is possible. We can do a little bit of that on the next stream on higher time frame scenarios, but we are really focused. Is right. That's where the decisions are being taken right now to see if the bearish count here on this movement down is still very much valid, which it is. It technically is. The fact that we've hit already this pivot low really changes a bit of this of some scenarios. Okay, I do have the 112 setup as the 112 the 112 from the bearish case. Let me go right away here, guys. Okay, let me just turn the music on here right away. Let me know if you can. Bears in control of the price. There's no doubt about it, my man. There's no doubt about it. We have another massive bullish count, a bearish count, sorry. If anybody has been longing this slight momentum throughout the last few days, this is a take profit zone without a doubt. Okay. Oof, we're moving down at the moment. Moving down. Bears are in control for the last few weeks. There's no doubt about it, right? Bulls have been in control the last 24 hours, right? But it's a bounce. It's a very corrective structure. It's a very corrective structure. So there is one scenario. Let me see if I do have it here somewhere. There is one scenario. Yeah, there is this one right over here. Whew. That is counting two more lows. I mean, we can talk through this. We can talk through this. There is a count for this to be the end. I have to say, there is a valid count for this to be an ABC, and you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you literally got here the ABC movement. But we need to consider this well, and this is where the things go crazy, right? We need to get these out of the way because we got kind of lost here on where the heck we are at here on the micro counts. I think we're still speculating on a I don't know where we at with this. I've lost count on this scenario. We've literally lost count on this scenario. But I got a green one here, green wave 1 and 2. I don't know what the heck's going on here. Why do I have this? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I don't know why this blue is here. Let's get this out of the way. This is it. This is what we were looking at a few days ago. My goodness, this is like crazy. Looking at this scenario here. Hang on a second, I'm a little bit lost. I haven't been checking this. I've been so focused on the local time frame that I'm just not realizing this one. I was keeping it simple and easy by looking at this. But then we got the massive complex counts to the downside, which is this one. And yeah, I'm completely lost on this. So you got your double 1, 2 right there. And you are still in your fourth wave in the yellow. This is like crazy. But it's still very possible, right? Still in this one right there. Yeah, regardless, you are overlapping already this pivot 1 on your wave 4. So there is a way of counting this as a wave 1, 2, 1, 2 right there. You got your third wave in the yellow finished right over here. See if we can get that yellow third wave. And then you got this movement to the upside, which is still your fourth wave in the yellow. Right? Because if you're looking at a 1, 2 and a 1, 2 right there, 2 lower highs, 2 structured waves finished, then of course you got the clear 5 wave move down in your third wave, completing your yellow count. And then of course you still have your fourth wave in the yellow. That's just being completed right now. There's a little bit of overlap, which is already signaling a possible, expanding move. Could be expanding. You claim the low, you get another bounce, you claim another low, right? It's going to be a little bit devastating if we do get this scenario, guys. We're just going to chop on the low, bounce, chop the low again. This would be pretty crazy. We would have to analyze very carefully this price action throughout the next coming days. But I think this is a possible scenario that could be on the formation for the next coming days still. So yeah, let's see how this develops. But it's still very much a valid count, just considering the start of the move to the downside that we've had since Thursday of last week. So anyway, we'll talk about that once the price develops. For the moment, we're really focusing on the local price action. We are rejecting very nicely right now, so it does look like the best. They are gaining control. This is a little bit classic as well. When you get bullish news based on inflation rate is down, right? Bullish news, sell the news. Bullish news, sell the news kind of event, right? Yeah, I was unable to short right over here based on the 3-wave structure. But what we're looking at here is the possibility of forming this right there. Ultimately, in a simple matter, forming this, and we are going to roll back down to the lows in the coming days. Yeah. Strong rejection right now on Bitcoin, getting over $1,000 of a dump. Very interesting. Yeah, this is, my eyes bleed when I see a 3-wave move up here. My eyes bleed when we've moved up in a 3-wave structure. Very cautious on how we move down here, guys. This is the classic thing. Then this is the classic moment where you're going to get people foaming into short positions, just like here, right? Whoever FOMO'd into shorts on the rollover. And I don't know what strategy they would be using, but overall, we were forming bullish CVD divergence here. So, I mean, there were lots of shorts entering the market in this area. And it's just the wrong moment to short, right? Do not FOMO into the short position. Because then this happened. And the main reason this happened is because of this three-wave move, huh? You know, if you move up to claim a high in a three-wave structure, it doesn't look great. Let's leave it that way. Is there a way to count this as a five-wave move up? I wouldn't say so. You know, this does look very three-wavy. I wouldn't say that this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, there's just no way in counting this scenario. You know, it would have to be a very dodgy expanding move. You know, let's leave it that way. There's no good way here in counting this as a bullish case. Five-wave move up. It would have to be the most dodgiest five-wave move up that I've seen ever in my life. So I'm not considering it. Oh, and your wave 3 is the smallest as well. So you can't. Your wave 3 would be the smallest wave. So this is a three-wave move up. It's just crystal clear that this is a three-wave move up. Yeah, it's very interesting. Let's see if there's a lot of shorts entering here on the CVD divergence. Lots of shorts entering right now, but no bullish CVD divergence. No bullish CVDs. Yeah, I still would be considering waiting, guys. For me, anyway, I would still be waiting for the short. And you know, if we do bounce from here and claim the highs, an expanding move would be very possible still to complete a five-wave move. Yeah, my eyes are bleeding based on this being a three-wave structure to say that this is the top. They are bleeding right now, seeing this as a three-wave structure. So I would say that the highs still have a chance to be taken out, guys. Even though it doesn't look like it, right? You would say that the highs here are not going to be claimed with this correction. Yeah, this is it, right? But then the highs were claimed, right? So, and it all has to do with this movement. You know, I cannot be bearish. You know, it really depends on what the price action does on the chart. You know, I would be confident if we would have double topped here, then say, okay, that's an epic short position. But yeah, apparently not. Apparently we did not form that five-wave move up. It's been very, very complex. Already dropping down $1,000. So anybody that jumped into the short, you know, they can be very defensive. You know, ultimately this zone to short is more of a swing trade, in my opinion. You know, you are looking for swing short positions because what you're looking at for the next couple of days is coming back down to the lows of 76,800, right? So it is more of a swing trading zone. You know, could have got into a small position. You can be defensive or not. I'm waiting for the double top, even though we don't get it, or we claim this low, and I'm interested in the bounce. You know, that's where I'm going to trade. So I will be studying that. You keep swapping mics. Sorry, my bad. Oh, sorry, my bad. Yeah, the microphone is yeah. That's lost. It's the connection that gets lost here. Sorry, my bad. 81,300 is strong. $81,300 is a strong support. Well, yeah, we do have the previous day point of control, which is sitting at that level. Got a few levels here. Daily open. Daily open was resistance today. This is previous day point of control. Sorry, previous day value area high, my bad. Previous day point of control. Previous day value area high. Daily open. We did get previous day value area high as support today and daily open as resistance. We were squeezing here in this range. And yeah, what we had here. The 81,300 is strong without a doubt because it's previous day point of control, right? That's where we have the highest volume node. We ever so slightly front run it, you know, just this morning. Almost hit that level. Would be nice to see that consolidation right there for the long setup. But then this was quite bullish. This movement right there was a possibility of a bullish move. Yeah, I'm going to keep it simple here, guys, on my strategy. You know, there's for me right now, there's no quick trading setup. I have to wait for either testing the highs one more time for the rejection. And yeah, I would have to analyze very carefully if we do claim this low on the bounce. And it could be very, very tricky. It could be very, very tricky because of the ABC flat. You know, I'm just so concerned about this movement. I'm so concerned about this three-wave move up. Which is making it very difficult for me to get into a high probability trade, right? It's all about getting into high probability trades. So ultimately the level, you know, has been rejected here. You know, if we do start breaking down very successfully and dropping down a few $1,000s in the next coming hours, you know, I have to say, well, that was the completion of this ABC flat right over here, which is looking at this. You know, we really have to consider that this was the scenario here. That has been completed. But yeah, just we'll remain patient. The fact that we've moved up in a three-wave structure, guys, is just you know, I can't take it. I can't take this three-wave move up. For me, it's either take out the high or we break down very aggressively, and then the bounce here is going to be the moment to look for shorts to get into the third wave. You know, right, test the lows again here. So yeah, just gonna have to wait for more price action development. Unfortunately, you know, wish it would be as easy as just jumping into a long or a short right away, right? We wish that it would be that easy. Let's see how many likes we do have, guys. Wow, over 500 likes, over 1,400 people watching. Absolutely epic, guys. Absolutely epic. Thank you very much for joining. Hope you do enjoy the content. Last few days has been relatively not easy. I wouldn't say easy, but you know, a few levels, a few momentum moves, quite predictable yesterday based on this movement down. We were analyzing the high chance of getting to attempt to hit $84,000, which did get the bounce. We were looking at this range. You know, this does look quite bullish. This does look quite corrective. We could get that leg up. And this is a classic moment where a lot of people will look at the rollover, right? This does look like it's going to roll over to the downside. And we did get that squeeze up to 83.7 approximately, where we started seeing the waves finishing. So let's go through the comment section. I'm not sure if any people want to take a look at some altcoins. I've been taking a look at altcoins, guys, for a long time. I'm like, yeah, seems like the 4-year cycle is altcoin season, guys. This time's different, right? If you haven't noticed, this time is different. So we just have to lean on the side that this time is different for the altcoins. You know, the altcoins that I've been buying well back, guys. I haven't been FOMOing in on the pumps that we had in November and December. You know that. But yeah, lots of them are at entry, even below entry. You know, some altcoins I'm holding at a 30-40% loss. The latest ones also. It's just hang on tight, guys. What can we do? Buy more, buy the blood, buy the fear, they say. But this time is different. There's no doubt about it. So yeah, let's see. Let's see what the people say in the comment section. There is an interesting chart that I want to talk about, which is this one right over here. Anybody that is not aware of the 𝗫 cycle indicator, this has been one of the most accurate higher time frame top indicators, which is telling me not only based on the analysis, right? If you are looking at basic analysis, you would say that this is already the completion of the cycle, right? Bear market started already the last few months. This is bear market. We are still considering this as a corrective structure, guys. It's still a corrective price action that we've had throughout the last couple of months. It's still rangy. It's not powerful to the downside. It's very shaky. Okay, there's no capitulation. There's no strong movement down as of yet, right? Will that movement down happen? But what is very interesting is the 𝗫 cycle indicator, top indicator, which has been the most accurate indicator, not only for tops, also for bottoms, guys. And I remember this flashing back in 2021. This started to flash in Q1, right? Entering into April, it started flashing market top. And I was like, there was many signs of weakness, distribution, many signs of weakness back in, April, May of 2021. That's when I started selling some of my Bitcoin and crypto. And the 𝗫 cycle top indicator, realizing how accurate it was on the previous cycles to detect every single top, it was a massive, sell signal for me, right? Not only based on the analysis, but this also was just seeing how accurate it was on the previous cycle. I had to sell some, right? You needed to sell some. I sold in just before the collapse that happened in May of 2021. Didn't sell all of my crypto, sold 25% on average on all of the coins, such as Ethereum, not Chainlink, sorry, my bad. Other altcoins, I never sold Chainlink. But realizing that the 𝗫 cycle top indicator, moving averages that are the ones that need to glue together, right? And I'm not a fan of these moving averages and different indicators, guys, but I need to consider it just because how accurate it has been in predicting the previous cycle tops, 2013, 14, 2017. And this was the exact top, and this flashed. And I remember seeing this flashing back in April of 2021. You would say, yeah, but this double topped later on, right? Well, it doesn't matter. It was the top regardless, right? If you want to wait for a few $1,000 move up, then that's fine. But look at them, and this, the 𝗫 cycle top indicator flashes when the moving averages get glued together, right? When they do get together, that's when you get the flash. Okay, and let me get my head out of the way here because I'm probably in the middle. That's when it happens. When the moving averages get close together, that's when it flashes, right? Will it be the first cycle where the 𝗫 cycle top indicator, hasn't flashed? I need to give credit just how legit this has been throughout the previous cycles. It's been so legit, and the moving averages are so separated from each other. It is super cycle, guys. Super cycle. That's what it means. Only joking. Yeah, eventually, it's very disturbing that we haven't even seen the moving averages getting close to each other on the 𝗫 cycle top. So the only thing right now that could bring us the bull run continuation of Bitcoin, altcoins, they need to recover from the bear market lows, right? But the only thing that would bring us a crypto bull run, right? A reactivation of the crypto bull run, which has been pretty damn epic, as in how bad it's performed. Bitcoin's good. Bitcoin's done really good, right? The last 2 years, we've had an epic bull run, not like these crazy price targets that a lot of people talk about, $500,000 or $280,000, right? And stuff like that. We need to stay real here. We moved in a 5-wave projection. Eventually, we're not, you know, these crazy targets are crazy, right? The only thing that will reactivate the bull run to claim all-time highs and maybe break out successfully is the global liquidity index, basically the money printer, which supposedly is getting turned on, right? Supposedly we are in a liquidity cycle. The liquidity also moves in cycles, and we are already seeing some signs the last few weeks of not trillions of dollars like we did have in C19 crash, right? This was trillions of dollars, but there could be a sign. But first of all, what activates the liquidity, guys? What activates the money printer to go on is a recession, is something bad. So eventually we'd have to wait for a crash to then get get the money printer on, right? We first need a stock market crash, just like the C19 crash, right? You first need a crash, right? Or some kind of recession to happen, and a stock market crash and an everything crash, right? Everything goes down, right? When there's fear, to activate the money printer, right? It will not turn the money printer on right now as inflation's going down, and you know the unemployment rate is still pretty good in the US. I think it's 4% or 4.1%. The numbers ain't too bad. I think GDP is slightly lower, but there's still no big major reason to say, oh my goodness, we need to save the economy. Look, you know, there's people in the streets. There's 30% of the population that have no jobs. So there's no big major reason to get money printer and print trillions of dollars. So we need a bad event, right? We need a bad event for this to happen. Money printer goes on, trillions of dollars printed. So you would expect a market crash first of all, before getting the money printer on, right? But that would be the opportunity, guys, right? That eventually would be the opportunity, just like the C19 crash was the best opportunity to buy whatever you want. Bitcoin, oil, or whatever, right? Altcoins. So it's very interesting how we have been seeing the shortage, right, of the global money, the global liquidity index, right? This, you know, it is going down. We are getting squeezed. So we need that interest rates to go down. We need a kind of a crash event. We need a kind of a recession confirmation from media or governments, right? We need a confirmation of a recession to get the crash and the money printer to go on, so we can, you know, reactivate a new fresh bull run, right? So anyway, that's I'm not sure what your opinion is on that, guys, but yeah, money printer's still not going on. We need Powell to go to jail first, says Jewa. Wow. Andy, when do you see swing long on Link? Thanks. The best scenario that you could do here looking at Chainlink is accumulating Chainlink at $12, $10, you know, $13, this range right over here. Like I said, I managed to accumulate thousands of Chainlink in this range. And this, I was talking about this all along. I didn't buy the exact low, you know. This is the thing. It's very difficult to buy the exact low, and a good swing long on Chainlink, unless you're using a 2.5x leverage, 3x leverage maximum, you know, it's very, very difficult with these market conditions. The best thing that you could do would be DCAing into Chainlink, just in case the price doors actually go to lower levels like $11, $10, right? Which is not off the cards. Well, this is already a good zone to DCA. I DCA'd throughout 2022 and part of 2023 in this area, and I got an average price of $7. I bought at $6. I bought at $8. It was just a long multi-monthly DCAing zone. Everything that I had from trading or from other investments, other cash flows, I was like, I'll buy a few hundred Chainlink today. I'll buy a few thousand today. I'll buy, and then just DCA and DCA. And it's still in the profits. It's a 2x now, still up. But I think this is what you could do now. We'll probably have time, as we are in bearish market structure, to DCA, guys. You know the deal. It happens all the time. Everybody's crapping their pants right now and saying that the bear market right now is happening for the next 18 months. We already pulled back a lot. This is a moment to start DCAing. You might have 10 months of DCAing now, or 18 months. And you're looking for $13, $12, $10, $9. If all of that comes, I'm considering this as a present, right? It's going to be a present to buy up at cheaper levels. And Chainlink, because it's a good project. There's so many crap out there. There's so much crap out there, guys. 99% of crypto is BS. But this is a proven working cryptocurrency Oracle solution for blockchain technology. It's proven that it works, and does have a future. So I would say, this one will survive eventually, and we'll get a pretty epic recovery at some point. So the strategy is simple. When everybody's shitting their pants and saying that we are going to extend we are in a bear market already, prepare for the next 18 months because it's only down. Yeah, this is going to find a bottom at some stage in the next coming months, if not weeks, and get an epic recovery. And everybody's like, hey, I thought it was bear market. What's going on? And this is the moment, guys. This is the moment. We did not talk about buying any single Chainlink in this case throughout the previous months in November or December, guys. This is not a moment to buy. This is not a moment. We've been talking about the buying zones here throughout the last few years. This is no buying, guys. You don't want to buy any of this. And this is the main reason why. You want to start buying here, without a doubt. I don't see much downtrend here. Yeah, maybe to $11, maybe $10. That would be really cheap. I would start considering buying myself at $10. I don't want to buy any at these. I just have a lot of Chainlink, guys. I don't want to buy anymore. But I would consider rebuying if it goes that low, right? So, yeah. Let's go through the comment section. What are the people saying? We're holding the previous day value area high at the moment. This is muy disturbing as we are holding the previous day value area high here. I'm not buying this. If we moved up in a three-wave structure, guys, this is very disturbing. The plan for me is simple. I'm going to still remain patient, guys. Doesn't matter. Let's see what the people are saying here. Over 1,300. Let's try and get to 600 likes, guys. Let's see. If we get to 600 likes, I'm going to go and quickly take a hike, and then I'll go through the comment section. You should DCA Solana at $7. Yeah, Solana is still very high in my opinion. So yeah, Andy, what's your option on 𝗕𝗶𝗴? I'm thinking to invest in it. Would like your opinion, my man. I will take a look at 𝗕𝗶𝗴. BTC bouncing, I guess. Yeah, it's bouncing up. Yeah, at previous day value area high, as we can see. There is some support, proven support of today. The fact that we've moved in a three-wave structure, guys, here. I've got only one up. I've only got two options. Double top from the high. That's the only option. Or I don't like the ideas of longing right now. You know, the longs have been at different levels. Just considering that, you know, this could be the end. I haven't got any good long levels. I have to be honest here. No local good long levels. We break down, we break previous day point of control, we get an epic movement down. The bounce is going to be looking very interesting. And I'm looking at least at 50% Fibonacci from the high to the low before taking out this low. You know, I want to jump on the sign of weakness on the bounce. And sign of weakness would be breaking down this low over here and the previous day point of control pretty successfully. So I don't mind not catching the high here. It was a difficult short for me based on the 3-wave move up. So I would want to jump into the bounce later on the sign of weakness, like get a proper move down. Because if we do claim the high, I will know why we claim the high, because we've moved up in a 3-wave structure. We could be forming a little bit of an expanding move. This is not good. If moving up in a 3-wave structure here, you know, I will know that why the price went up, because we moved in a 3-wave move up here. So not a short that I could have taken anyway. Not a short that I could have taken based on that explanation. What's going on here with the comment section? BTC bouncing, I guess. Yes. Your opinion on XRP. Oof. I had a friend that called me a few months ago on XRP. And what is very interesting of this is there's an extreme bullish case scenario, but I had a friend calling me saying that he does hold quite a bit of XRP and he wanted my opinion. And I'm saying, look, if the price moves up like this, you know, he called me a few weeks ago and I was like, man, just take some profits, you know, sell a little bit, sell a bit of XRP. And said, you know, there's some people that are saying that XRP is going to go to $30 and all of that, right? And I'm like, oh my goodness, you know, some people have been predicting XRP is going to go to $500 in 2017. So, you know, take that as you wish. But let's stay real. When the price action moves up, and XRPs are going to hate me for this, when the price action moves like this to the upside on whatever asset, right, and you have a massive pump, you know, this is kind of unsustainable. You know, there could be a strong pullback, whether that is a few months or a few years even, right? This is a moment to get the heck out. At least, you know, take some profits, you know, just so you do not regret not selling if you enter a downtrend. And XRP, there's some even crazier targets for XRP more than Bitcoin, right? $30. I think it would be a miracle if it gets to $10, if I'm honest. You know, people are calling for XRP to go to $30 or $100. I would say, you know, if we hit $10, that would be a miracle. That would be a miracle if it goes to $10 XRP. So anybody that bought XRP the last few years and has done a 5-6x, hey, those are good profits. When someone said XRP was going to flip BTC, it's time to short. Yes. Also, time to short it, right? Very true, the wall. That is very good. Very, very true. Let's continue here through the comment section. And that's the same. I told my friend who bought it at 03 cents. Yeah. We have massive hockey stick, right? Massive hockey stick right there. Where you have a consolidation and a big, massive parabolic move. Hockey stick. Hockey sticks are to sell once it gets choppy and volatile at the highs. You know, you want to take profit at least. Yeah, could this just be a consolidation and this is going to squeeze out? Well, that's your TP's 2. You know, this is your TP1. And if your TP1 gets rejected and you bear market, at least you've taken profits. If you pump out here, you've cashed out 25%. Well, you can cash another 25% if you get another leg up to $4 or $5. All right, let's leave it that way. But you want to take profits, right? You want to take some profits on this movement without a doubt. Let's go through the comment section. Just flip-flopping here on comment section, guys. I mean, altcoins. I don't even consider XRP at a glance. Yeah. Helios. That is true. Can we check 𝗕𝗶𝗴? 𝗕𝗶𝗴. Yeah, I was also warning a lot of people the last few months on 𝗕𝗶𝗴. Based on the epic bull run that 𝗕𝗶𝗴 has had. So I remember like looking at this like if it was yesterday. This is when you create, this was classic distribution. Classic distribution on 𝗕𝗶𝗴. I think we probably did talk about a distribution here happening for 𝗕𝗶𝗴. This is the exact same pattern that happened on Bitcoin in 2021. I mean, this is not a moment to be bearish. This would be a moment to start thinking of DCAing. But look at this price action. It's the exact same price action that happened in 2021 for Bitcoin. 3 peaks, break of structure, you're testing the lows, dead cat bounce to the golden pocket, 7-8, back down. This is the exact same movement that happened on Bitcoin back in 2021. Look at this. Hang on a second, guys. I'm getting lost here. The exact same movement on 𝗕𝗶𝗴. So, yeah, I think it's going to get choppy on 𝗕𝗶𝗴. You got the 3 peaks right there. Break here of the last higher low. Bang, bang. The same exact movement on Bitcoin and 𝗕𝗶𝗴. Just very choppy, right? Just very, very choppy at the highs. And eventually what you would be wanting to find now is a slow descending wedge kind of pattern for the next coming weeks, in even couple of months. I don't know, maybe a few months. What you want to see right now on 𝗕𝗶𝗴 is that selling pressure exhaustion for several weeks, which will confirm a bottom formation. And that is where you want to buy. That is where you want to buy. Well, you know, this happened to Bitcoin, right? When the moment you stop here and you start consolidating after the capitulation, that is the moment you want to start buying in, because the price action has bottomed out. Nobody's interested here. I can tell you that. Only the smart money is interested eventually when everything's looking like crap. So that's what you want to see on 𝗕𝗶𝗴. You want to start seeing 𝗕𝗶𝗴 finish this capitulation stage and start forming some sideways momentum and slightly lower lows for the next coming weeks. If you start forming this kind of price action, I will be buying. I will be even buying 𝗕𝗶𝗴 if we do form this, because then ultimately you're looking for that recovery at some stage in the next coming months. But we need the bottom formation, right? We need that descending wedge. That might not happen here. It might happen down here, right? We're maybe still going to capitulate a little bit more, and then we start bottoming out, and then we buy, right? So we need to wait, guys. You know, we just need to wait. Today has been nothing burger for long positions. Yeah, very true. I mean, the news was bullish. We did get a little pump on stock market and also on Bitcoin. We obviously rejected after that. Very interesting zone, I have to say. Very interesting area. Not an easy zone, guys, I have to say. Some days it's easier, guys, right? Like yesterday, highest probability was to get that movement up. We're looking for an ABC. We're looking for a 5 waiver, get the rejection. We had a 5 waiver. We got the rejection, but that 5 waiver, we formed a 3 waiver on the 5 wave, which was a problem, right? I'm sorry, guys. This is a pain in the ass. You need to love technical analysis, guys, to follow through, because, you know, this was the problem. That was the problem. Same as this, you know, this is a problem for me right now. The fact that we moved up in a 3 wave move is a problem. I'm not confident in the short. This is why I didn't enter, guys. I have to say, if we roll down, from here very aggressively, I have to say I missed out on shorting the top, shorting the swing failure pattern that we did mention yesterday, just because of the three waiver that we formed. Okay, this was a little bit something that I was against. It was against my strategy. Maybe a lot of people did overall short this high. I mean, it was the overall shorting level. So even myself, that I've been talking about it throughout the last few days, I didn't jump into the short, guys, here. But it doesn't matter. I will get into a successful short once I see some sign of weakness and the bounce, right? There's an opportunity every single day. So even a few times a day, right? But ultimately, that was the short. And, you know, the SFP from the highs. I wanted one more high here to complete a 5 waiver and missed out. It's still very disturbing for me to see a 3 wave move up here. So next price action is going to be very, very difficult. Very, very difficult. Breaking down right now, and then there's definitely some signs of weakness right now coming in here. Big movement down. It does look weak. Breaking down previous day point of control would be an ultimate sign of weakness, guys. The bounce later on, if we ever get one, will be the moment that will be looking very interesting for me to look for short positions. Legends, sorry, this was not an easy zone. Okay. Sorry about that. You know, yesterday was a little bit more easier. The last few days were also easier to spot some different scenarios. But today was not that easy. And I'm still considering, you know, what different... I would need to see a breakdown from the lows, and I need to analyze the bounce. And then look for the next leg down, right? To ultimately claim $76,000. Not easy. This is a problem for me. Anything could happen. We could be ranging for the next coming days. I would really need to follow the next development on the price action. So today was not an easy one, guys. Not an easy one. I hope you did enjoy it regardless. You know, maybe some people did get into the short position, right? This was ultimately a level that we were talking about the last few days. It's the swing short position, right? Maybe some people did get into the short position from those highs, speculating on the 4th wave movement down to then start rolling here. It was the ultimate level. Reject from 50% Fibonacci, claim those highs. There's a little bit of overlap here from this wave 1, which is a little bit disturbing. But regardless, that's where we are rejecting from the price action today. So maybe some of you did jump into that short. I mean, you can be defensive right now with your stop loss. You can be running a free trade. This is the kind of trade that you want to maintain open, at least till we come down to the lows, right? It's a little bit more of a swing trade strategy here because it might take a few days to roll down there. Anyway, legends, thank you very much for joining. Remember to claim your bonuses on Weeks. Weeks is an awesome platform. You can sign up just using an email and a password, which you're not giving any information if you wish. Of course, if you want to start claiming some bonuses, such as the 50% deposit, without a doubt, you need to provide a bit of information. You get 25% fee reduction, and that's by signing up with the second link down below, guys. Take advantage of the bonuses that you do have on Weeks. I'm going to wrap it up. It hasn't been easy. I'll be analyzing the price later on tonight or maybe tomorrow to look for some other setups. Thank you very much for joining, and I will see you in the next one.